Yo, what's good, everybody? I'm rhicky28. Welcome to the YouTube channel. Tomorrow, there's gonna be the brand new Field of Dreams exclusive program. Surprisingly, at this moment, we have not gotten any news about that program. I'm here to give you my predictions and to tell you exactly who I think will be the bosses and what their cards are gonna look like. I also wanted to give a preview of who I want to be the player of the game in the actual Field of Dreams game. Last year, they gave us a great 99 Tim Anderson card. I also wanted to go over a preview of what I think the Ken Griffey Jr. card is gonna look like. So if you like this sort of content, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It helps out immensely. Let's just take a quick look at the schedule. Tomorrow, we're gonna get a 10-day featured program, and on the 12th, which is Friday, we're going to have an other program, which is going to be a 99 Ken Griffey Jr. program. And as a result of it being a Cubs versus Reds game, I believe we're gonna see a milestone Ken Griffey Jr. card. We got the same thing last year. He was on the Cincinnati Reds. It was an amazing card. We're gonna go over that. Because it's only 10 days, I'm thinking that we're gonna need probably around 200 to 300,000 XP in order to get the bosses. It's most likely going to be maybe 4 bosses in the program. You're probably going to be able to acquire 2 of them. However, it's possible that there's going to be 6 bosses, in which case I'm going to tell you who I think the 6 bosses are going to be. First of all, let me just say, in terms of the bosses, I think they're going to be 99s now. The only other thing that they could really make the bosses is a 98. It is possible, but at this moment, I kind of just think they're going to go all out and we're going to be getting 99s for the rest of the year. So our first candidate for the bosses is going to be Ernie Banks. We haven't seen a really great Ernie Banks card yet this year. I really honestly believe that they're going to give us a 99 MVP Ernie Banks. If he's a 98, he's going to have a slight downtick in a couple of stats. But realistically, you're getting a diamond defender. You're getting a guy that's going to hit for a lot of power at a middle infield position that usually doesn't have that type of power. He's gonna have tons of contact. This is of course his card from last year's game, and I honestly believe that it's gonna look very similar. If not, it's gonna be a carbon copy of this one. Our next boss candidate is Barry Larkin. I can see them not using a milestone card again like they did in last year's game, but he's going to have pretty much the same stats. Again, diamond defense, he's got a ton of speed, and he's going to have great contact and pretty decent power. For me personally, I'm a big Barry Larkin fan. I loved his card last year, and I'm really looking forward to this 99. My next boss candidate, we're going back to the Cubs, Fergie Jenkins. This is his card from last year. Obviously, it's only a 97, but if he's gonna get a 98 or a 99, we're gonna get a little more beefed up stats. So we're gonna see his hits per 9 get juiced to a really nice number. Hopefully, maybe like, 107, 108, something like that. And last year, Fergie Jenkins was one of the most underrated pitchers in the game. He has a sinker, slider, curveball, forkball. The combination on all those pitches is a really good one. The forkball is something that really only Raleigh Fingers, I think, has in MLB 22 right now. So people are going to get thrown off by that pitch. They're not going to expect it. They're not going to know how to handle it. And with the sinker slider also, Fergie Jenkins is actually going to be a pretty filthy card. And what will technically be our last boss candidate, if they only give us 4, is Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench is usually kind of polarizing. A lot of people don't really love his swing. He is a catcher. He also plays first base, third base, and all 3 outfield positions. You really don't want him in the outfield with that 49 speed. but his fielding is amazing as a catcher or a third baseman or a first baseman. He's gonna have really good hitting stats. Maybe, hopefully, he has a little better contact versus right. Johnny Bench is my 4th boss candidate in terms of this Field of Dreams program. If they expand the bosses to 6 of them, well, Ryan Sandberg is going to be my 5th boss. His card is gonna look very, very different from this one. This was the best Sandberg card that we got all year. Unfortunately, it was a home run derby card, so he has really juiced up power. His contact numbers are kind of low, and his fielding is not amazing. It's not bad by any means, but if we do get like a 98 or a 99 version of him as one of these bosses, we're gonna see an uptick in the fielding, we're gonna see a little bit lower power, and we're gonna see an increase in the contact. And my 6th boss candidate, again, if they do 6, is gonna be Dibble. Last year we had this 95 overall prime card. He has a fastball, slider, and cutter. I know, not necessarily the greatest pitch mix, but if they boost him up to a 98, 99 with the rest of the bosses, we could see a sinker added in there. Maybe if SDS wants to get really crazy, we might see a 2-seamer instead, which would probably make a little more sense. But with outlier on that fastball, with his windup, Dibble would be an insane card. These were his stats last year, but his hits per 9 would probably get boosted a nice strong amount. Like I said earlier, last year they gave us a actual Field of Dreams 99 overall player of the game card. So I wanted to go over the top 3 candidates from each team who I would hope that one of these guys ended up being the player of the game. First off, Kyle Farmer. This is a 94 overall from last year's game. Obviously, a 99 is going to be way better. He's going to get an increase on his speed. He's going to have diamond defense, and he's going to get a nice solid increase to that power versus right. The most important part about Kyle Farmer is that he plays all over the infield. He plays left field, and he even plays catcher. A 99 Kyle Farmer card would be nasty. Last year, the best Tyler Stevenson card we got was this 92 overall player of the month. Tyler Stevenson has a great swing. If you've ever played BR, you already know that. He would be one of the top catchers in the game, if not the best catcher, if we got a 99 out of him. And the last Reds candidate is another BR favorite, Mike Moustakis. Left-handed third baseman that plays second and first as well. His best card last year was this 95 overall. He's got really bad speed, but you do not care with Mike Moustakis out there. He absolutely mashes baseballs. Moving on to the Cubs players, my top 3 candidates for them actually kind of blow away my candidates for the Reds. I'm sorry to tell you, Reds fans, but I think I'm rooting for the Cubs in this game, because the number 1 guy that I would want a 99 of is Ian Happ. Last year we got this 97 and he was gross. A switch hitter that plays all 3 outfield positions and second and third base. He would have incredible fielding, and he would have a ton of power versus righties, presumably a nice solid contact boost to versus righties, and great numbers versus lefties. Ian Happ is the guy that I am hoping has the game of his life. Patrick Wisdom is another really good candidate on the Cubs. This was his finest card from last year. You're gonna have diamond defense. You're gonna have insane hitting. Look at this card and tell me you wouldn't love it. And our final hopeful for player of the game on the Cubs side is gonna be Christopher Morel. He's a utility outfielder and a utility infielder. He's a very balanced kind of player. He's got great hitting, pretty decent fielding, and a lot of speed. And of course, the moment that everybody's been waiting for, what's that 99 Griffey gonna look like? Well, I honestly think it's gonna be almost an exact replica of this Griffey milestone card from last year's game. He was the final collection reward, so we're getting him way early. I honestly think that Griffey is pretty much going to be an absolute endgame outfielder for like 90% of people out there. We should be getting it for free. It's going to be a bit of a grind. I'm assuming it's like the David Ortiz and Minnie Minoso programs. However, I could see them kind of juicing it up a little bit more, making it a little more difficult because this Griffey card is going to be that damn good. Those are my predictions on what the bosses are going to be. Those are my hopefuls for the player of the game in the Field of Dreams game, and I believe that Griffey card will be an exact replica of last year's Griffey card. It's going to be a lot of fun and a ton of really good content this week. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about the predictions. Do you think it's going to be somebody else? You can always hit me up on Twitch. I'm on there at 11 p.m. Eastern on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Enjoy the rest of your week.